Hi, my name is Levi from Bright Young Brains, and today I will be going through a bit of analytical geometry for the grade 12 learners. I know if you're in Worskula, Akasha, Kharib, Maritz, or even Hillview, you probably have started with this already, right? So let's get right into it. Okay, so with analytical geometry for this year, you guys are going to be working on equations. So the nice thing about this topic is it's pretty straightforward. So it's not going to be something that you're going to have a hard time understanding. So the first thing you want to keep in mind is whenever we work on equations of circles, we have one major standard form, right? And then that standard form looks like so. So with this standard form, we want to keep in mind two things. The first thing is that A, coordinate B, this will always be the center of your circle, right? R will always be the radius. Okay, so keeping that in mind, you also want to remember that in your textbooks, you will also get cases where they will tell you something like this as another standard form. Anytime you're going to get an equation in this format, all they're trying to tell you is that your x value for your center is a 0 and the y value of your center is also a 0, right? This results in you getting this. So anytime you see an equation, anytime you see an equation like so, all it means is that your circle is on the center of your origin, right? This is what your circle will look like. So I would recommend that you keep in mind this format and not worry too much about trying to remember two things because it's just one, right? So to start off, right, we know that if we're given an equation like so, right, our question could ask us to calculate the radius of the circle, right? Now, if we're asked to calculate the radius of the circle, we always want to keep in mind one thing first. The first thing is your equation in standard form? If it is, then you want to go ahead and look at this value here. So whatever this value is, right, you want to get the square root of that value, because remember, our standard form for any equation where the center is at the origin, we know that r will always be squared, right? So whatever this value is, this is not r. R will be the square root of that, of which the square root of this is a 4, right? So this is just a basic example, but we're going to jump into other more slightly examinable questions. Or this is also examinable, but you really won't expect something like this in a test, unless it's an easy test, which is rare.